That's right, Foxy. They are all naked. Those voodoo men were in the nip.
To say that.
That's a great way to start this recording, by the way. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the game gallery. Sorry for the little minor inconvenience of delay, but as you can see, we're down a member. Unfortunately, Amy's gone through some changes. Isn't that right, Amy?
She just doesn't feel like talking.
She really doesn't. No, she's not in the mood. Not in the mood at all. I mean, I don't blame her. I think maybe some voodoo happened.
A lot of voodoo happens.
A lot of voodoo happens. In fact, we just seen it there. We saw. Do you do the voodoo? I don't do the voodoo. Do you do the voodoo? Voodoo.
Gabriel, wake up.
There she is.
Ow, my head. It's about time. I've been trying to wake you for hours. There's no time to lose.
I had another dream.
That was not a dream, pal.
It wasn't a dream, believe me. Now come on, get dressed.
Wait a minute. I'm starting to remember.
He's putting the shirt on.
Something about Malia.
She's the head priestess of the voodoo cartel. They're responsible for the murder.
So incidentally, it was actually Grace to have saved us from the voodoo ritual.
Last night she was the leopard. Like in my dreams, Grace.
I know. Those dreams were a warning. Now come on, get dressed.
But last night, Malia changed. She became something else. And then I blacked out, I think. How'd I get home?
I followed you last night. I had my doubts about the Gettys. Did you know that they arrived in New Orleans in 1800? Just in time for the voodoo influx.
And we did hear from the lecturer that the Gede is one of the Loas, one of the voodoo gods. So it runs in the family.
If you'd been left at the circle last night, I don't know what she would have done to you.
You're wrong.
I could hazard a guess, to be honest.
What about Tetela?
Tetela? They were chanting that last night. That's the name from Guns in the Journal. The woman who took the talisman.
Yes. Gabriel, it's your destiny you're facing. You can't just blunder your way through this or you'll end up dead. Tetela will be after you now. You have to call your great uncle in Germany.
Which we've been putting off for days.
Yes. He knows more about this than we do.
Okay, I'll call him. But Malia isn't responsible for those things, Grace. It's that spirit, that Loa. It's Tetelo.
Yeah. Possession is convenient that way. Call Wolfgang, Gabriel. I'll be in the shop.
Yeah, so this is essentially Act 3 of the game where Gabriel gets his shit together and starts realising, oh, this is kind of what we do as a family. Which is appropriate considering Mali has now just had to accept that like her entire bloodline is haunted as well with a ancient voodoo gods, which is a bit of a blow if you want to live a normal life and realise, oh, I'm actually just permanently haunted.
This is Gabriel Knight. Can I speak to Wolfgang, please?
Ja, Herr Knight. Ein Moment, bitte.
It must feel good to be curled hair Knight.
So good to hear your voice.
Such a royal name, Hair Knight.
There's a good reason for that. Okay.
Yeah, I know. It sounds better to say Hair Knight.
On the events of the previous year.
And the narrator, we'll skip 5 minutes of this.
It's even worse than I thought. You bet it is. We have to talk about what I'm supposed to do.
There you go.
What can you tell me about?
I know I forgot to ask him that first time around.
You have learned much during
As you know,
your
with the tradition, everyone must be asked about what they know about voodoo.
Perhaps you will fill me in when we have a chance to sit down and talk.
He's still in shadow.
Yeah, still obscured. Yeah, well, he's on the phone. We've never seen him.
They seem to be very similar to the Guineas.
What do you know about voodoo, Foxy?
Nothing. What can you tell me?
I don't know what else I was expecting. What about you, Kira? What do you know about voodoo?
Not to mess with it.
Amy, what do you think about voodoo?
It is not safe for you there.
Alright. What the fuck, man? You alright? Do you want a drink? No, doesn't want a drink.
Fucking refusing drink again.
You okay? You sick?
Christ.
Wow.
Yeah,
It's very distressing, yeah. I don't think I might get through this night's recording, lads. We have to stop early. Anyway.
Just making me feel sick, that's all. Refusing alcohol.
Yeah, it doesn't feel right.
He is a Loa, a voodoo god. Yes. He's one of the primary Loa of the Gede tribe.
I see. Good work. That information might prove useful.
I think it's actually more shocking to me that Gabriel actually was listening to the voodoo lecture more than anything else. Because then he fell asleep halfway through it.
Mean anything to you?
I Osmosis.
It is
Yeah.
a voodoo lore, is it not?
Best way to
Yes.
learn.
He bought an audiobook and it was narrated by Stephen Fry.
That would be a good way
That would be a good way to learn, yeah.
Have you read his books on like Troy and like the Greek myths?
I haven't, no.
Really interesting. It's actually like you can hear it being read. Like,
Yeah.
in his voice, like
Oh.
what he writes.
I do love Stephen Fry in fairness, like I would listen to him.
Yeah, when I finish talking to you.
Yeah.
Yes, of
Literally
course.
like his voice is butter for the ears. It's beautiful. It's like, oh, yep.
Sadly, Gabriel. I never understood how Hanks could allow his sons to remain ignorant. But now it's
Heinz, of course, being our granddad who like fled Germany to America to escape this life.
Really two words.
Wanted to protect himself.
Exactly.
Means shadow.
But of course, he couldn't get away from the nightmares that apparently all men of this family have been having.
Shadow hunter.
Yeah,
Sounds so disappointed that it's like that's
Tell
all
me
you got.
about
yeah.
Shadow Hunter.
The Shadow
the
Hunter.
description of the ritual last night. I'd say that Gunther's mistress, Tetelo, is now the primary lure for the Geddetrag. It seems she still controls them by possessing her female descendants and speaking through them. Do you remember in Gunther's journal he said that Tetelo was possessed by her father's lure during the killings in Charleston? This sounds similar, but Tetelo has obviously become a much more powerful lure than her father ever was. Probably because of the added power.
I do think there's a kind of like a hierarchy to the lows where like you could become more powerful or weaker. You know, it's like it's only you have to vote for their favourite lower. You know. Did,
Popularity contest.
yeah. Did you go by proportional representation? Did you go by first past the post? What's the voting system for the voodoo loas?
I think, like with most things, it's they say like it's genetic.
Yes.
Some people are more predisposed to be stronger in those.
Yes.
Like, so I think that could be a way.
Mm.
Like it could skip a generation
Yeah.
or multiple generations, and then when someone is born, that's it. They're naturally inclined to
Yeah.
take to this.
Mm.
So
Well, that seems to be the case certainly for the Getty family, where like every woman in that family seems to have this issue, or at least a like
same
in
way,
the, in the central bloodline, I'd say.
same way with like Gabriel.
Yeah.
Like all the male members are more susceptible to these nightmares.
They're the hunters.
Yeah.
Yes, they're the actual the Helsings, if you like. So
I've only seen it in old sketches and paintings, and in my dreams. It was in the family.
see what I like as well about I love this game because it's a great example of character development. In that Gabriel Knight starts off as this like kind of reckless hedonist, where like he has to, you know, he lives his life with reckless abandon. He's like shagging left, right, and centre, no consequences at all. And then suddenly he meets a woman that is so irresistible to him, it changes his entire perspective. But it also means that when he realizes, oh, this whole voodoo shit is actually real. His whole world is flipped upside down, and then he actually starts believing, well, actually, fuck, maybe I am coming from a long line of like shadow hunters, exactly, and realizes, and he starts like building the responsibility in himself. It's a great example of character
How
writing,
can we regain
you know.
the talisman?
And shocking enough, some games still have difficulty doing shit like this.
Almost like they don't want to have to pay people for doing this kind of thing.
But like for having like an adequately with written game, like yeah. No, I totally get you. I totally get what you're saying.
That's what gives her lore so much power.
Is there anything else you can tell me about the talisman?
The most important
The
thing
talisman?
about the talisman is
Does
that
it have a
enables
name?
the game in
Brian.
hands of
Okay,
the
what can you tell me about
shopkeepers.
Brian?
Like you can actually tell they didn't get him to record. Is there anything else you can tell me about the talisman?
Yeah.
They got him to record. Is there anything else you can tell me?
Yeah.
And then got him
Roots.
to say
Yeah.
the talisman, voodoo.
Do you remember ever playing some of the old like sports games like FIFA or Madden or the F1 game? Right? When they get like the actual commentator on like John Madden, or in my case I'm thinking of it was Murray Walker. And Murray Walker was like
Yes.
recorded the like segments of a sentence where like, oh my goodness, you just hit pause. Hi, Taro Frinson! Oh look, it's the melody! It's like fucking, it's the little second pause always kills me in those games.
It's a jigsaw of a sentence.
Cause like even because you can tell that the CD is frantically going shit scan audio file.
No clue as to
Yeah, or like the other like it's like this goalkeeper is like a wall.
Yes.
It just random.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No. That's I love that shit.
To the point, the stupid joke when I was a kid, it was like, you know, when you'd say that, it's like, yeah, well, 5 holes in it. Like, Come out and beating their team 5-0.
Bam, 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 bam.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, get owned, the late John Madden. That'll teach you.
I never got into the Madden games. Like
No.
Remember,
You'd have to be an NFL fan sometimes. It's not like NBA Jam where you didn't have to be a basketball fan to enjoy that game. Yeah.
like,
And then conversely Space Jam. Like great in the game. Yeah.
I remember playing Madden 06, and I thought like, this is good. Like I like this. It's
Yeah.
simple. You're not bogged down too much.
Mm.
But it's just like, even without that, like American football in general.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
too many rules. It's too stop-start for me. It's
Agreed,
like,
yeah.
fuck that.
I need my sports to be free flowing for me.
Yeah.
Which is why I can't quite catch up to rugby because it is a bit stop start for my liking.
Yeah.
That depends on which hemisphere ref is refing.
Yep.
And they are actually trying to resolve that. Southern Hemisphere is usually a much quicker paced game. They don't tend to slow down as much.
And those Six Nations can be very fussy sometimes.
Depending on where.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
What's up?
But. Yeah.
Do you have messages for me?
Nope. None right now.
I think we can all agree, by the way, that Grace is the true hero of this game.
Oh yeah.
Where literally, like, she has such a kind of maternal aspect to Gabriel, where like,
She pushes them to do everything.
yeah,
I'd say she probably pushes them to do the cleaning.
probably. It's like, did you clean your room? No.
Did you buy milk for this week? Get out until you.
Did you have sex with that girl?
No.
Was it at least safe?
Gabriel.
No.
Fuck's sake, Gabriel. Go get tested.
Yeah, pretty much.
Tell me I'm wrong.
There's another series that Sierra does called Leisure Suit Larry, and it's literally like a soft porn adventure. It's like it's a sexual conquest game, right? But it's done as a joke. It's done to slag off sex pests, right?
Okay.
Like the guy is kind of like a little half.
He looks like Hugh Hefner or something.
Yeah, it's a slag off Hugh Hefner, right? So the guy has like the jet black hair. He wears quite literally a leisure suit, like you know, pastel Phil Collins style suit, and he's a tiny human being, right? But honestly, in the first game, like, if you don't wear a condom with your first conquest, once you walk out of the room, you go outside, you get an STD, and because this game is done in like the old like Apple II type of graphics, they're really really pixel arted. This STD appears like a rainbow coloured sprinkle on its crotch. It's like a little like ding ling 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 ling, and literally it goes. You have contracted a sexually transmitted disease. Your life now is essentially over. I think you should think about what you did. And then it's a game over. It's a game over because you got an STD in his first ride. Fucking hilarious.
You've already...
Gabriel.
But but like I said, like Grace does have this kind of like, it's nearly the best will they won't they relationship in games. There is one better, but the dynamic between these two are really really good. So
Let me
I forgot there was 4
What
trees.
do you mean?
I cannot.
But
Yeah, sorry, this is me just setting off flags here. So yeah, like day 7 is not much for us to do. As you can see, the guy stalking us is gone. There's no dead chickens on the floor, which is a vast improvement in my opinion.
Yes, definitely. Your man in the window was creepy.
Yeah, very creepy. Like, and it happens in the middle of the game, going like, uh-oh, something bad's happening.
It reminds me of the Ancients in Doctor Who for some
Yeah.
odd reason. Just that.
No, I get that. Just like it's staring and not doing anything. Yeah. Like it actually would have been slightly creepier if you're going in and out of the building, let's say, and he's there sometimes and there sometimes he isn't.
Yeah.
It's like, So
More creepy angels.
yes. So this is visiting. I believe we're visiting the Getty tomb. I think, if I'm not mistaken. Because we have seen Malia here before, and if you try and call to her home, there's no sign of her. So this is the logic to try and say, like, well, maybe see if she's at the tomb, because we've seen her here before. And as you can see, the button's up.
The plate is up. Beneath the plate is a button.
Bottom.
I do love how thick New Orleans the narrator is. It adds so much to the game. It's such a small thing, but it adds so much to the game.
You will hear the faint sound of breaking glass.
We all know what that means. Dun, dun, dun. Sorry.
Dang. You think they're
Okay, might take a G pause there. Actually, no, let it roll. It's fine.
It's a lit button. Gabriel can't see anything in the dark. Gabriel.
Gee, I wonder why.
Torch?
I was about to say, you should have a torch. Half expecting just to move and there's someone right there.
Yeah.
There's broken glass on the floor.
Yeah.
Gabriel.
Can't see anything in the dark. We know. I apologize for my accent.
Crypt drawers line the back wall. Gabriel can't make out the name on that drawer's plaque. Crypt. Gabriel. Crypt. Gabriel.
That would annoy me having to constantly like re-click on it just to make sure that you can move.
Is marked with a pattern like the VV.
Mosely.
Oh shit.
Shit. I dropped my flashlight. Huh?
Knockout.
Did he get?
Yeah, knockout. Because whoever was there,
Him.
Ouch. My head. What the hell
someone
was
was there. Obviously did something to Mausoleum.
Yeah.
Broke the glass because they heard the door opening. And they hid. He's gone.
Mosely's
that?
gone.
Mosley's body is gone.
Take his wallet.
There's a wallet in the drawer. It
Take
must
shit.
have fallen from Mosley's jacket when the body was moved. Crypt. Gabriel.
I doubt there's anything else.
It's It's a man's wallet.
Did I miss anything exciting?
There's
Oh, food!
Found Mosley,
Gabriel
got knocked
puts
out.
the wallet and
and stole his wallet.
Steal your best mate's dead wallet. Fantastic. I love that.
America's Repress card.
I think it's slagging off American Express.
Yes.
That's a pun
Mm.
for those clever 90s kids in the audience.
Americans repress card. Credit.
Like,
Welcome.
it's like Visa
Yeah,
instead of Visa.
exactly.
This is the Mosley's wallet has
You Foxy?
Thank you.
We're on a bit of a schedule here, lads, so I hope you don't mind. If we make you hungry, at least, you know, we've got some ideas for your takeaway.
Yeah. Should we give a cheap plug to the restaurant that
Yes,
we
thank you very much to the Boards and Walking Sound for unintentionally sponsoring this video.
And they're gorgeous Oreo milkshakes.
Mmm.
Good reason, apparently.
And very tasty strawberry milkshake.
Do you need a doctor?
Nothing you want to know about. And no, just some aspirin.
Gabriel, this is nuts. You have to get out of New Orleans.
It's like,
No kidding.
you need to tell her what the fuck happened.
Call me around.
Because she's the only one that's been fucking helping you.
Tell Gabriel that I found what I was looking for. It's time for me to do my duty. Schloss Ritter is his fault. Now, call me crazy, but I don't think that's good news.
Not Uncle Wolfie, no.
What are you gonna do?
If I figure it out.
He's already Uncle Wolfie.
Mm. Uncle Wolfgang.
Uncle Wolfgang.
What's up?
So obviously, the clue might be in the question there. You need to talk to Uncle Wolfgang. He's no money. He needs now to go to Germany, and he just so happens to have found the credit card.
Yeah.
Ding, ding, ding! Everybody,
Mosely. Thank you.
we're off the Germany, lads. Way. But this I love. This is such a clever puzzle because you need to find a way to get there. So you look through the catalogue there for the C's, and you see there's a travel agency there on the top left. You might have easily missed it the first time around. Like, oh, you clever dicks! Little puzzle here.
Hello. See the World Travel Agency. How may I help you?
How much for a trip to
Hey, you want Foxy?
Rittersburg?
Oh, there's a piece of chicken there as well.
Rittersburg, Germany? Hold on, let me look that up.
Man needs his protein after all.
Fly you into Munich. That's the closest airport to Rittersburg. You can rent a car from there, or take the train. Let's see. The best price I can see for the flight is $1,400.
$1,400. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Charge it to my Americans repressed.
Yes.
I don't know if it helps or deceits the matter, but this is also in the mid-90s.
Mosely.
Yeah. No, in fairness, we're Europeans who are
Yeah.
used to being able to hop. Now, the flight to America is about $1,000. So they can use their parents again.
Yeah.
90s. Still fucking expensive. Like it's no wonder that there's a lot of Americans who don't have passports.
Yeah.
I think it's something like 90% or something like
It's
that.
something crazy like that,
it's
isn't it?
It's a crazy
Yeah.
high number.
Because every, like, as a word, like, because America's so big, they have no reason to get one.
Yeah.
Like, there's a strong percentage of people that will never leave America.
Well, in fairness, they have an awful lot to look at in America.
If you were a man.
Foxy?
I'll miss you too, Greg.
Just following on the conversation we had about, you know, chicken last month.
Yeah.
You fiend. There was nearly almost a row about how to eat chicken in this house. This is fucking ridiculous. We can't be let out, lads, honestly.
Of course.
Yours are with you now, Karen?
Thank you very much.